polluter. What are they doing over there with all that nasty smoke going into the air? Ugh. Loree McBride's polluting my air. What in the world is going on over there? Looks like a fire. You know what? I think we got a fire. I think that's a fire. Wow. Huh. Getting ready for my walk. That looks like a fire. Wow. Strange. I think I hear fire engine siren. Hear that? Oh, I don't know if you can see it, but the smoke is trailing. That's to the east, and here's the trail of smoke. I'm not sure what those sirens are for. Sounds like a fire truck, though. Look at that, the smoke's trailing. It's going this way. It's drifting towards the west. So the smoke is just trailing, which means I'll probably be breathing it in. I don't know what's burning over there. Anyways, it's trailing. So here's the east, and it's coming over this way. It's just trailing to the west. Huh. Interesting cloud formation. Notice how they're all on the horizon. It's like she dropped a bunch of bombs. Huh. The fire's gone. This camera doesn't do well at night, but might pick this up. So. I don't see any smoke billowing, so apparently that's what all those sirens were for earlier. Going on my walk earlier than usual. You can see she's still dropping bombs over the Atlantic Ocean side. Though when you go this way, this is the northern sky, and here is the southern sky. Not too bad, but not great either. It would be nice if she'd stop dropping bombs altogether. She always loves to drop them over the Atlantic Ocean. Good shot from the ground, the Atlantic Ocean side. I went to bed earlier than usual, and the sky, the blue part seems to be higher. That's my Gail shield, so you can barely see the pink with this camera. So, yeah, it looks like it does pay to go to bed earlier. It makes the Gail shield stronger. So, I'll have to remember that. Pink skies. I went to bed too late last night, so the blue's a little lower on the horizon, I think. Seems like I can never get to bed on time. Too busy working on my website. It's so demanding. But at least the shield's holding up. Lots of kids today. I don't know what in the world Loree's trying to do. This is like the third group of kids I've run into on my walk. I usually don't see so many kids. But Loree can never attract anybody who has maturity. She has to get some immature, spoiled brat on her side. It's pink over Orlando area. This is the western sky, and I've got a bit of a headache today. Let's see. Over the Orlando sky. Also seeing quite a lot of, looks like Loree McBride Jesuits walking around. I had this problem yesterday when I went shopping at Walmart. I bumped into about 50 people that were, precision time to be in my way as I was shopping. Like I was going to go get some strawberries, and there was a Walmart worker just plastered right up against the strawberry case, and the only way I could get the strawberries was to ask him to move out of the way. This happened to me like 50 times yesterday. That's too much to be a coincidence. The sky looks better. Well, it's kind of pink everywhere. Look at that. The sky looks a little bit better over here, I think, but then it's hard to tell. Over here, looks like Orlando might have been hit with a bomb. I don't know. Or maybe my Gail shield protected it. I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm hearing brain to brain that my Gail shield is creating black holes. So the Jesuits can no longer go into deep space to run away from the shield, and they're forced to come back to Earth. How they're surviving here under the shield, I'm not sure. I hear they're making babies like crazy, and the babies can live up for about a week, and then they die. Well, what they do is they create babies, then they use accelerated growth hormones to grow them to adulthood like within 3 days. And that's how they're staying alive right now, by making a ton of babies. They're crazy. Why don't they just surrender and do God's will? I mean, God's giving them every chance. Are these people so evil they just can't humble themselves and get right with God? Of the western sky. You can see pink tinges there in the clouds, so I'm not sure the camera's picking it up. We'll see. Yeah. See how the sky, those pink clouds right there? Kind of go back. Kind of going that way. There's a car coming right there. Oh, they're not going to come towards me though. That's good. Yep, I've had a headache today, so there's definitely a bomb debris in the atmosphere. They're worth photographing. Look at they just kind of like spread across the sky. Look at that. Right there. Just going that way. Everywhere. It looks more forbidding with the naked eye. This is not the best camera. It just takes up the whole sky. Right there. Right there. See pink on the horizon, but I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick it up. It's very pink on the horizon. That sounds like a Jesuit dog barking in the background. But the camera doesn't seem to want to pick it up. There's a car coming. Okay, let's take my blood pressure. I learned how to do this myself because I don't usually go for the well checkup visits, that like they recommend. I do it myself. My doctor is Dr. Brent Spiner. So, and then just like I'll check up on my blood pressure because when I was getting up to about 140 pounds, my blood pressure was in the borderline high range. So I like to stay on top of it. That's about right. Let's put that up. Yeah. I think. No, let's move this. Yeah, I think that'll work. Sure I can see this. Put it. I think that'll be about right. Sometimes I get it in the right spot, sometimes I don't. Okay. No, I don't think that's the right spot. It needs to be right about there. No, right there. Oh, this has got to be on all the way. There we go. That's about right. (116/72). Not bad. I'm okay. That's normal. All right. 116/72. That's my blood pressure. She said, "Where'd you learn how to do this?" Well, I was in nursing school a long time ago, and I just practiced with it, and I figured out how to do it. 116/72. My weight's about 132. I find as long as I keep my weight within the right range for my height, I have small bones, then I do pretty good. So I am doing good. Let's move this over this way. It's time for me to make a video. Sort of sitting down. I still do better standing up. Since I've been standing up, I have practically eliminated my foot cramps.
And my Patreon fan has ordered me a stand that I can put my computer on where I can have it at sitting or standing, depending on how I like it. So that's going to be awesome. It's supposed to arrive on Monday. I always get reminders from my health insurance. They say it's time for you to go see the doctor for your checkup. But I don't tend to like to go to doctors. Uh, I found that uh, if you're not a Jesuit, and the Jesuits are pretty much running things, you're better off not going to the doctor unless you really have to go to the doctor. Like I have to see my psychiatrist to get my Seroquel, because Seroquel is one of the Gail commandments for me. And Seroquel works as it takes out toxins out of my cells, and it uh, it works on the yeast infection that I've been dealing with practically my whole life that the Jesuits gave me. So Seroquel is very necessary for me. So I always make sure I keep all my doctor's appointments for that. But for other stuff like getting the Pap smear and breast exams and all that, oh, I've had such bad experiences with Jesuit doctors, man. I had a Jesuit doctor have me do a mammogram and all that stuff, and they told me you have got calcium deposits, and if you don't do our procedure, it could be deadly. They tried to scare me into general anesthesia, and I was really suspicious about that. It turned out that the calcium deposits were benign. Well, anyway, you might say, are you telling people not to do? I'm not. I'm saying use your medical common sense. I'm not against getting procedures, but for me, I've had very bad experiences with Jesuit doctors. They're everywhere. And Jesus said that the Jesuits have taken over the dental profession. So basically, for my teeth, I use Plaque's mouth rinse, and I clean my teeth scrupulously every day using a Sonicare electric toothbrush. And what's really ironic is my my dentist turned Jesuit, because what happened was in 2013, the Jesuits murdered my dentist and replaced him with a clone. Jesus told me this. And Jesus gave me a flat tire in my car. He said, I don't want you to go to the dentist. He's lying to you about your teeth, Gail. You do not have a huge cavity in in your, underneath your crown, and you don't need an implant. That was 2013. It's 2017, and that tooth is doing fine. He said you do have a slight yeast infection in the root, and he said there's nothing the dentist can do for that. So that's just obeying the Gail commandments and doing Seroquel. So plus, I have a doctor in my life, Dr. Brent Spiner. I call him my husband. Jesus calls him my husband. So if Jesus calls him my husband, he's my husband. So, anyways, you say, well, what do you do about doctor visits? I only go to them when I have to. And by obeying the Gail commandments, by getting my exercise, eating a balanced diet, and basically when you obey the Gail commandments, you're taking pretty good care of yourself. And part of obeying the Gail commandments is also good financial management, because I use Microsoft Excel, and I log everything I buy at the store and see how much it adds up, and try to figure out ways to save money so that I can stay inside of my budget for the Gail commandments, so I can save $100. And I only spend money on food and bills. And the Lord's given me some supporters who give me presents, like if he wants to reward me with a television set or whatever. So he takes care of my needs. My needs, not my wants, my needs. So, and sometimes my wants. So the trick is, I'd say I only go to the doctor when I have to. I've learned how to do stuff myself. I cut my own hair. I'm trying to grow it out longer, but it's just, I'm getting better at this. I find that you really can learn how to do things when you have to do it. So I just don't go to the doctor unless I have to.